Did you know that the term whiskey actually comes from the Irish phrase Uisce Beatha, which means water of life? That's right. And it's no surprise, considering the rich and storied history of Irish whiskey. Ireland's love affair with whiskey dates all the way back to the 12th century. It was then that Irish monks, returning from Mediterranean voyages, brought back the art of distillation. They initially used this technique for medicinal purposes, creating elixirs to treat ailments. But it wasn't long before they began to distill barley, giving birth to what we now know as whiskey. Fast forward to the 16th century, and whiskey was already a well-established part of Irish life. Sir Thomas Phillips, an English settler, was granted the first ever license to distill in Ireland in the year 1590. The 18th century was a golden era for Irish whiskey. Distilleries popped up all over the country, and by the year 1779, there were over 1,200 legal distilleries in operation. One of the most notable figures of this time was John Jameson, who established the famous Jameson Distillery in Dublin in 1780. However, the success was not to last. The 19th century brought a series of setbacks for the Irish whiskey industry. The introduction of the coffee still in the 1830s led to a boom in Scotch whiskey production, which directly competed with Irish whiskey. This, coupled with the devastating effects of the Irish famine and later prohibition in the United States, led to a sharp decline in the Irish whiskey industry. The 20th century was a time of recovery. A handful of distilleries managed to survive the preceding hardships and began to slowly rebuild the industry. The late 20th century saw a resurgence in global interest in Irish whiskey, with new distilleries opening up and old ones being revived. This journey brings us to the present day, where Irish whiskey has once again claimed its place on the global stage. It's a testament to the resilience and spirit of the Irish people, who have kept this rich tradition alive through centuries of change. To recap, Irish whiskey has a storied history dating back to the 12th century, when Irish monks first learned the art of distillation. It experienced a golden era in the 18th century before facing a series of setbacks in the 19th century. The 20th century was a time of recovery and resurgence, leading to the thriving industry we see today. So, next time you raise a glass of Irish whiskey, remember, you're not just enjoying a delicious drink, you're partaking in a centuries-old tradition, a true water of life.